Francisco, I think. Big time party week in general. Big time party week. Anyway, the sun is setting on what has been a really, really spectacular day.
Drew is so pumped about the sunset, he won't even get into the shot because when he does, it pulls focus, and the sunset doesn't look as good. So please say something nice about the sunset.
Right, I'll
Drew.
flipping it to just.
You can see the sunset in the mirroring of the windows.
Yeah, good shit, man. Hey, Andy, I'm assuming that you watched some of this football game.
Yeah, I went to the bar. I sent a picture. I'm in a food. Somebody added me to a food chat.
Oh, really?
I haven't sent it to anyone but them. But my wife ordered a German beer, a pretty hearty German beer, and French toast at 7:00 at night. Like just because she's like all day breakfast. I don't give a fuck.
All day breakfast. You got to take advantage of it.
Sitting next to some other guys that were kind of watching the game, and boy, nobody had anything nice to say about anybody. But the matter of the fact is, the Bears moved the ball a couple of times. Like the fact that the Bears are losing this half is kind of like a miscarriage of justice. They are more than doubled up on total yards. They have 202 total yards with 0 points, and that's what happens when you throw a ball, just a fucking rocket, into a defensive lineman's forehead and watch it pop up like
double doink.
As soon as that went up, I'm like, oh god, somebody's coming down with that.
4th and goal, also stoned at the 1, right?
Yeah, it wasn't a very good run. Like it wasn't one of those where like, oh, it was like right away he just got his feet taken out. So
have the Bears figured out yet that Khalil Herbert is their best weapon in for any imaginable whatever you wanted to do?
Only has 4 carries. Obviously, one of them was great, but he is getting out-touched by Montgomery, and that's probably the wrong way to look at this. Cole Kmet only has 1 target. Again, they're refusing to throw to Cole Kmet, despite him being kind of good. Everything's gone to Mooney pretty much, and yet still, the ball has been moved by the Bears, and like I'm fine just taking the Bears here. Like,
all right,
I don't have a strong one here, but the fact is they not only outgained them, but like the plays, it was 36-26. Only 1 extra drive if you want to count that last one. It's pretty much equal on drives. 202 to 88 total yards, and Carson Wentz is 5 of 14, and I think 5 is pretty lucky the way he's throwing the ball right now. I mean, he's throwing behind people, he's thrown into the ground. The turnover is probably the difference. This should be like 10-3 Bears. I mean, what's 202 yards? Let's use your 16.
Divided by 16.
Yeah, 12.6.
They have 13 points in this game.
Yeah, the Bears should be, up 14-7. Sorry, overbetters. A couple of these drives look kind of promising, but yeah, I'm just going to take a small punt on the second half Bears money line. You know what? I'm going to do the quarter again if it is true.
Yeah, the most likely outcome is Commies by 3. And you know what that score would be, right? 3-0. Because there might not be any points in the second half.
It has been a little rough. Oh man, the plus 0.5 is like -140. Never mind.
Good lord.
Bears money line.
Bears money. Hey Andy. Last week we had Colts Broncos. Those were 2 teams that were kind of like feisty for the AFC playoff mix. There was some positives coming into the season. There was some excitement, and that led to them being so such an unfortunate game that it was like a beautiful disaster, and we were laughing about it. This is the opposite. This is like, these are 2 teams headed in the wrong direction with not a lot of things to look positively at the future, especially on the commies side, where your owner is just an absolute piece of shit now, and he's going to be there for all eternity because apparently he has dirt on Roger Goodell. But regardless, like, these are unfortunate franchises playing poorly. So instead of being a beautiful disaster, this is just a disaster. And there's no redeeming aspect of this whatsoever. These are just guys, getting concussions on a Thursday after playing on a Sunday, and for Amazon to sell Prime subscriptions, I guess. And
I mean,
other stuff. I don't know.
The new Lord of the Rings show, decent. That
I've
she's
heard
like,
otherwise.
it's decent. Like people are very nitpicky when there's such a celebrated and highly protected by the inner circle of fans canon like the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. Anything new like this is gonna just get you're just gonna shower fart on it. So like people have been mean, but I don't know where this gal is from. The blonde elf. She's either Welsh or Scottish or Irish. She's like you can tell she's from England or Great Britain, but she's not English.
She's okay.
She might be the most beautiful person in the entire world. Oh my god, she is. And it did. Ryan or Scott Newman's hitting it. It did start pretty slow. There was so many. Like the exposition took like 5 episodes. It's okay.
I'll be honest with you.
It's great.
They leaned so hard into we can make this as long as we fucking feel like it with movies that I was nervous the minute I heard that they were doing a show. I was like, oh.
The finale. The finale's out now. Apparently, I thought it was Friday. Usually, I watch it Friday at lunch.
And should I just watch the finale? Am I going to have that much of a tough time figuring out what's going on?
It's like Game of Thrones.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to watch some horror movies instead because it's fucking October and that's what's more fun.
Yeah, Hocus Pocus 2.
Hocus Pocus 2. Very scary.
I will be getting my wife's watching, and I'll get a review for you.
I own Hocus Pocus 1, by the way.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't, right?
Here's an interesting one. If you guys like props, Wentz interception. Granted, he'll probably only have 5 drives to do it.
He also may only have 5 attempted passes in the second half. They seem to be very protective of whatever's going on with his arm.
So I want to talk to you quick about the total because it is wildly low. So we had 290 yards. That should be 18 points.
Sure.
That's what
second week in a row.
That's what the second half total is. It's like 18 and a half.
Andy, last week you should have had 44 points in that game, and we had what? No touchdowns.
Oh, we had 21, I believe.
These are just incompetent teams in an absolutely hellacious spot, and these games probably shouldn't be played.
I don't know what to tell you. JetBlue is hitting on something because I never have the sound on. The guy talking right now, if you're watching the regular halftime show, the bald guy between Fitzmagic and Sherman. It's like a lineman, right? I can't think of this guy's name.
I have no fucking clue.
I know you're not watching.
Tony Gonzalez is on the crew.
Yeah, it's not him. He's not bald.
Hasselbeck? No. Trent
Whitworth.
Dilfer?
Whitworth.
Andrew Whitworth.
It is Andrew Whitworth. Thank you.
You know where he would be better served? Playing tackle for the Rams right now. They fucking need him. He was apparently the glue that kept it all together. And that is now a fucking team that is laying 10 points to the Carolina Panthers.
This is another first touchdown score. I believe we had like 4 of these primetime games where it said, hey, I guess we'll find out in the second half. Well, one we didn't. We fucked around, did not find out. But I'm cheering for the guys I bet with Noops this morning.
I think Khalil Herbert finally breaks through. That guy has some juice. He's the only guy in this game.
I could not believe
which means he'll probably get hurt. He'll probably get hurt. I think that's possible.
I can't believe he ran out of gas at the end of that one. I mean, he's not a burner. Like somebody was going to catch up to him.
Yeah.
A lot of talk about like, hey, Teddy's at practice today. He might start. Somebody really nailed that in the Wednesday show. Like you really, really kind of want your quarterback that's starting to take all the reps with the ones. It's not like these wide receivers who sit out all week and then play Sunday because it's just route trees and blocking. Like the quarterback does need to kind of take the snaps. So it really, really feels like you're not going to get this surprise Teddy plays. Like I think the only way that happens is you put Skylar out there and he gets banged in the head, which apparently happens a lot if you're in Miami.
Happens every week, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bike week every week.
It's bike week.
That's
in
Daytona
Miami,
Beach.
it is bike.
That's Daytona Beach.
Daytona Beach is bike week every week. Hey Andy.
Yeah, I'm seeing this. This is a comedian on the TV right now.
They're not gonna put Teddy out there. They're not gonna put Teddy out there because, like, honestly, like, it seems to me at least like Miami has elected to exchange likelihood of winning for not being scrutinized for whatever they're doing concussion protocol wise, and which means putting Teddy out there, even if he is cleared, starting him, putting him in harm's way, and having him ultimately get another, have a freaking repeat. They don't want to deal with it. They don't want to go through that down that road.
If he clears everything and they say, hey, we're dressing him, but we're not starting him because he didn't practice this week, this kind of checks. Like if Skyler is truly and utterly bad.
Well, he's not though. He's like just a check down aficionado. He's not going to go toe for toe with the Vikings.
But you've had a defense that's had time to prep for his style of football. If it is bad, I could see that maybe a second half.
I don't think the Dolphins have a vision for what they're going forward now. They're like this put them into a tailspin. And also, by the way, like here's another good reason not to bet the Dolphins if you're thinking about it. And the players themselves
never got a
concussion.
Like he never had a concussion. I truly believe that was true.
Okay, that's fine too. But but it doesn't matter because that speaks to the mindset of a lot of the guys on that team, which is that you remember when Ryan Shazier went down for the Steelers?
Oh God, yeah, that was rough.
You remember that, right? That we were doing this at that time. And it was like, oh my God, now are these guys going to play to their identity, which was we're going to fucking smash you in the head. We don't really care about our personal safety. And the answer was no.
Yeah, that defense played differently after that.
This feels very similar. Like no one really wants to be the next guy that's making, fencing moves on the fucking field on TV. Like none of these guys want to do this. I think it absolutely has ramifications on both sides of the football.
It's fair. I didn't think you were going to
don't bet the Dolphins.
Yeah, I didn't think you were going to get this deep into anything now because when are you going home? How long are you up on the coast? Ever?
Who says I'm going home?
Yeah, I was going to say, are you just going? What about on your resume here? Why do I always go to this movie? It just says you went all Kerouac on it. Like that would be fun. I did that once in high school. I didn't even tell my dad. I just.
I had a great time. Everyone in the town knows you had a great time. It was.
Yeah, Frank.
I'm having a great time. I'm having a great time. I don't really want to call it a trip, but we're technically going home Sunday.
Drew and I were chopping it up over rock tumblers earlier. Gave him some.
Oh my God, dude! The rock hounding up here, absolutely absurd. Like ridiculous. Like you walk on the beach and you're literally like, I should probably pick that up. That was a gemstone. Like what is going on here?
These look expensive.
Yeah, there were trips where I threw away rocks. I've thrown away rocks on this trip as just like, hey, this is bonus garbage. In years past, I would have been like, this is the coolest rock I found on the whole voyage. So, yeah.
Overtime. All right, small bet on the Bears. I got -111. That's just because I didn't
bet this game pregame or at halftime. Just for the record, I haven't watched a snap of this game. Fuck both these teams. Fuck the NFL and fuck Amazon and fuck Thursday Night Football. I don't really have anything positive to say about it.
Maybe snap me some pictures of your rocks. I'll show them.
Hey, who's next week's Thursday Night Football? Can we shit on them for a second?
No, I think it's actually a good one. New Orleans, Arizona. Oh no.
Yeah.
It might be Indy Dolphins.
Ooh, I don't have a read on either of those teams. Spooky season. Ooh, that's gonna be an interesting handicap. At least that'll be fun. More fun than this.
What do you think? Here's a good one. Hornets regular season win total under good to 25-ish. They have a decent shot at being the worst team in the league. Especially if the ball injury, what do you call it when it just keeps popping up throughout the season? It's like, fuck, this is supposed to be 5 games at the beginning of the season. And all of a sudden this guy's missed fucking 40 games and we're going to win like 15 goddamn games this year. Like that feels like what's going to happen here. Re-aggravates. Thank you. I had a couple beers.
Andy, you nailed it on that discussion. Hornets probably tack for the 1 seed, and the 1 pick. I mean, they were going to be garbage anyway. They have a new coach, so he is under no pressure. There's really no reason to rush him back whatsoever. So yeah, realistically, I think 15 wins is probably a good median. I will give them 18. You know what? 18. We're going to put 18 for the Hornets is their median.
Brett is asking how I shot. Not my first couple tee shots were wayward. They landed on fairways that weren't the fairway I was shooting for. It had been a few weeks since I'd, swung. So it got better from there. I cold topped a tee shot with a 7-iron. No, it was I cold topped it with a 9-iron and absolutely just rolled it worm burner down the fairway, still a green in regulation because I hit it hard enough.
Incredible.
And it was a 120-yard par 3, and it just rolled.
Running good. Just running good.
Yeah, it was and I 2-putted. I was pretty happy. It was probably my first par of the year without cheating.
How are your Zoso championship players shooting?
Little hit and miss. I bet some matchups today. I need some guys to get going. Looks like Wyndham Clark is finally starting to suck. Thank God. I needed to bet against him.
At long last, Wyndham Clark is eating a dick. Thank you.
I bet against him in several matchups. At top of the leaderboard is weird. Andrew Putnam, Cameron Champ, Joel Dahman, Keegan Bradley.
What?
There's a bunch of really big names here. Again, a bunch of
guys. That's your top of the leaderboard right now?
That is the top.
Those guys they're not going to be there Sunday.
I have Matthew Neesmith.
So this looks like 6. This is like a live betting outright.
Yeah, they're pretty good about the time decay. They don't give you good prices.
No,
but Matt Neesmith is live for me, I suppose, to do something. Adam Long, not so much, but he was 175 to 1. So I can't complain too much about that. I'm trying to think who else I bet. Mito Pereira is.
You didn't double dip on Tom Kim? Is Tom Kim even here?
He is. He's playing okay.
He's probably going back to back because he's that guy.
Yes, he is him.
I
bet on Sung Jae, and we're saying Sung Jae him this year.
Are we?
Yeah.
Are we really?
Because it's his name.
Love it. I don't love Scum J. I like Scam J better than Some J.
Oh, Dan's giving me a hard. I forgot that guy's name is I Eat Butts.
I Eat Butts.
Yeah. I put him on the screen. All right, the sun is going down. What is that rock sticking out there?
That is Haystack Rock.
And so you're near Cannon Beach.
Extremely I'm in Bandon. Bandon is the name of the town where we are currently. We're going up towards Cannon Beach from here. Haystack Rock is a very prominent, beautiful rock formation in Bandon. Face Rock and Wizard Hat are the more well-known prominent rocks here.
Link knows where I'm headed always.
Where are you going?
I showed my kid the Goonies for the first time.
Oh, Astoria!
And he's watched it like 3 times now.
Dude, Astoria. We watched Astoria in preparation for this, and we're going there for sure.
Astoria is
going to be sick.
All right, I'm gonna go. You know what I got to do?
Dead things, Andy. Dead things.
I gotta go to bed. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna go home and watch some golf. I'm going to see if I can. It's so hard to watch golf. Goonies does have some swears, yeah.
Goonies, I think Goonies was the first movie I watched with swear words, and I was immediately like, this is the best movie of all time.
Scott said, see you guys. Adam Rodriguez said, hey, you guys.
Hey, you guys.
I love that. So, all right, Dan, play us out. We'll cheer for these Bears. They already got to stop.